Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. Sports with Brian Camp. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Community. It is Frank Allan. We're broadcasting live from New York City because that's where we originate. Each Friday morning, we can get together and have conversations live. Now, the background doesn't look familiar to you. That's because we're broadcasting live. Where we are right now, we're down right on the central lower level. The diner. I think that it's the dining conference. We're out there live and we're going to get together with the show in here today. We figured we do that. Haven't done it in a long time, but here we are. Anyway, we're so glad to have you aboard with us. We want you to stay with us for the whole hour. With us for the whole hour. We want you to join in the conversation, and you can do that anytime you want. Now, what happens with the show, for those of you who are new, understand something that it's not the show, as the host of the show, started to get things drawn up and running. And at any time at all, you can chime in the conversation. You can do whatever, say whatever you want to say. If you have anything to talk about in particular, we would love to hear from you. We always love to hear from you. This, of course, there's a certain topic that you need to talk about. If you will provide you with the platform and the rest of you. Thank you so much for being along with us. Now, if you're just joining us for the first time, all of you new people, we come from many different places. We're on Facebook, we're live on Facebook, we're on YouTube and Instagram as well. So pick your choice, whatever it is, and this way you can touch with us and right out the show. We've got so many things to talk about today, and as you can see in the background, let people that are passing by. Who knows, maybe someone will stop and say hello. We're going to keep the show rolling for you. And later on in the program, we might have Brian Camp coming along. He's going to be with us. Nothing's in the chat, just because we're here. But Brian Camp's going to be in. Let me see if he's going to bring these developments in today's world of sports on sports update. We always interact with him each week. That's not too far away. And later on in the program, too, what's going to happen is that we're going to give you those breaking movies that we have so much. We love to do that. We have my picks of the week, and the picks of the week are the movies that I think we like, because sometimes you can do something other than whatever you do. And one of the things may be catching up on some movies. I think you talk like that. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to provide you with a couple of movies I think you would like to add to your bucket list of what to watch. Now, all of you who are watching us on Facebook, please understand something that you can tag your friends right now. Tag the show with your friends right now. We want you all come in and be part of this show as well. So tag them. And they'll see the notification is coming from you. And when they see that notification, they'll click on. And of course, they're bringing right here. They're bringing right here to us where we are. And they can see you, they see you, and you know us involved. And enjoy. They can be part of us. Who knows? They might see that they're here. They could be involved with us just as well. And those of you who are watching us on YouTube, I always encourage you to go to my YouTube channel as usual and subscribe to it. Now, the purpose of subscribing to my YouTube channel is simple. Every week, let's say, why didn't you subscribe to us? You need a notification just like that. Notification, whatever it is, even if you're online, there'll be so much because I guess you can post a video of some sort. You can be advised to do so. And all we have to do to get that reputation is click on to the page right to the privileges. That. And for those of you who are watching us on Instagram, because we're similar to me, Instagram, all we have to do is follow. Follow us, just be following us and keep in touch and tell your friends about us. We tell your friends about us, more America, and tell your family, friends. Everybody in the show, we like to be seen, we would like to be here. Of course, we got to be part of this too. We are so happy to be here today, and again, live I really do this more often too. You've done it a long time. I love doing the show live meditation because when we started this show a long time ago, we did everything live on location. We got very small question and people were passing by. And we had the idea of doing it. So now we can do that. And what the selling together is benefits. I understand the fact that indoors and even if it's raining outside, sometimes we may not be in church, even our location in studios and from the kid. So stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's going to have a lot of time to this is all the information that you need to know to get fit with us. Don't be trying to so different. Sometimes just about reaching past night on the show at Talk That Line. We watching it last night. Talk That Line. We were there and we were talking about someone's almost told me recently. Let's say we've got coming out. We've got I don't know. Schools coming up. The schools are just about open for everybody, right? They just about open for everybody. That's going to happen in September. Now, got a holiday after September, which is known as, I think it's in Labor Day. Labor Day is coming up, and that's the artificial ending of summer on Labor Day. And kids go back to school, and was, the whole 9 yards, and then also the people who are watching us understand that the parents are looking forward to the kids going back to school. I know that for the fact. But those days are coming back. I don't let you forward ahead. We're going to savor the sun moments right here as we speak. You see all of that because we don't have too long to go. And the summer, as you already know, the weather was kind of iffy. It wasn't even stable. I think you last night show. What was that stable? Sometimes we got here warm weather, overheated weather, as you already know that overheated weather to do. So it's about how to do what if you get back to you and so it wasn't really stable. So I don't know if it's gonna be by a good time. But I think I'm not. So gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us and joining us this very moment. We're here live at Grand Central. We're downstairs, lower level at the dining concourse. I'll be passing by. As you see, you probably see the best live. People just coming and spotting more and seeing it. But we have to check it out. As I said, later on in the program, not too far away, Brian Camp is going to be his host of this experience. We have discussed something that's coming from this about weeks from now. It's hard. We get a chance to see them live. You're watching us on Facebook, on YouTube, or anything like that. You're watching us on those channels. You get a chance to see it. But if you're watching us on Instagram, watching us on Instagram. You don't get a chance to see him because we're not set up there on Instagram. So you get a chance to hear him, you don't get a chance to see him. All right. So if you want to get a chance to meet him, meeting, see him, just go on to my YouTube and Facebook, but you get a chance to see him. That's really matter. And if you have any sports questions, issues about sports or anything like that, he's there to ask all your questions. Of course, you can share. You'll have all the answers for us. That's all it's about. It's coming up right in the show. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much again for being along with us. And we're talking about the same weather, how everything brings a lot of advocates, companies, weather, but here's the deal. If you remember right through the summertime, have that real wildfire. It's more than a brush fire because you got the brush fires and you got the wildfire. This is a wildfire that came out of Canada and affected a lot of places right here out in the United States. People will come by and smoke so thick that whenever you see out your window that wasn't there, that's how thick the smoke is. And it hit you up pretty hard. And so we're glad all of that is over. And then the smoke is so thick. Even when you had your windows closed, you could smell the smoke. That's how bad the southern Michigan as far as restaurants and some. And we just had, I think, a wildfire in California not too long ago. It's true. And so that brings me to mind to what I'm talking about now. I'm talking about why in the area, why things are big, wildfire Hawaii. And this wasn't one of those fires that you see up on the mountains. This is one of those fires that just like on the ground. It burned out a lot of houses and churches, a lot of buildings and churches. It just burned them out. People looking in this. And the unfortunate thing is that they weren't able to get any help because they didn't get any warning. No police warning, no warning, the cell phones, anything. And people who were nearby the water. The heat was so intense that they had to jump into the water and swim along. So keep our prayers open for people in Hawaii. They are looking preparing for more casualties. So they didn't find anyone divided. All the bodies left, but they are specifically more. And right now, we're under over 100 people mouth. Like a mile of Hawaii. 100 people are dead and still some this. You want to pray for all those people out there in Hawaii. Clarence Andrew. Optimus got like a table by the last Sunday I was in Los Angeles, California. And that brings the trailblazing and worked as a wise manager, mentor, executive, and record-label owner. He worked with the likes of Sarah Bond, Randy Hubbard, William John, Jimmy Smith, Tweet Taylor, Bill Withers, Bruce Jones, and countless other artists at 92 years old. I just need some of my lessons and all of my thoughts of his family, of the real trailblazing, but then this for life, long and everything they can. So we want to send our blessings out to all his family and friends who know them, love them, maybe even not nothing. So at that. Anyway, again, just joining us, we're coming to you live. New York City, that's where we originated. Today, we're not in the studio. We do it right here at Grand Central Station Live. This is our live broadcast from Grand Central Station. And those of you who are watching or didn't, please tell me family about what you want to hear us when we get started. And we'll keep having a good time. So that's about it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not to say that all the views and opinions expressed on this show, it's not necessarily reflected on the food as the Mr. Grab, even in the scene, I'm not going to have a non-breaking the gentleman first time when you don't put any good down here. Let's raise our cup, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to find out if we develop this. Excuse me, shoot up. Say some more that when it comes about. Okay, so we are going to tell you more. We'll talk to all the people in New York City, and this is one of the last time I talk to you this about New York City. As you already know, things have a tendency to go sky high, and I mean sky high. I'm talking about the buildings and ramp and all of the things, and that includes traffic. Now, it's one of those things where we have to travel, and when you travel, you're gonna have to pay more, right? Okay, so here's a situation right now. The situation is that all of the people who are taking this transit to understand and mass transit, the fare is going up. We already had the tolls and the bridges, in the tunnels, they already went up already. And so that's good. So let me just run it down so I have the information right there with me. Because on the 20th of August, which is this Sunday, the cost of the subways going to increase. So you have the FTA bringing up the subways and all commuter rails. And so that's going to increase. Tolls went up for the bridges and tunnels. That went up a couple of Sundays ago on the 6th of August. So that's already in effect. And here we go. Right now, enjoy it because this Sunday, no, we're going to 275. First to 70, so the line said it's going to be a total of 290. 290 for a bus ride. And you find a Sunday ticket, that's going to be raised up to 3%. So you change $33 now, and you might as well forget about that. It's just that close. $34 going to be for a 7-day ticket. Now, for a 30-day ticket, it's going to go at 4%. And so it's going to raise from $127 to $132. And for the 7-day express pass, 7-day express pass, $62 and $64. All right. But if you're traveling in the express bus, it's going to go up to like, if you find a single ride, it's going to go up to $107. Even $7. So, that's what's happening. And you already know, usually tap, 6%. If you know, paying credit, that's 10%. There's so many things happening with the government. That's what it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like more information, I don't know, about the transit pipe, and I can't give you the information over because I got to control movie. But I want to direct you over to the website. You can go there and get more information. Website is n.mta.info. That's new.mta.info. If you desire to call, phone number is 877-690-5116. Again, that's 877-690-5116. It's all you have to do. And they'll give you more information about it. It's to sure. Those prices are going up. Food is going. Everything is going. And so we just have to prepare for it all. That's what we do. We have to prepare for it all. Okay, and just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And right now, we're 17 minutes past the hour right now. We're going to be here until the top of the hour, the next hour. And we're broadcasting live, Grand Central. We're at all level Grand Central at the dining convenience. And those of you who may be blocks away from us, drop by and say hello. So we're getting wrong. Excuse me. Okay, it's kind of a little bug here. Well, we better get up. So not just doing coffee, maybe let's put up in That's delicious. That's delicious. Okay. So if you are in a vicinity of New York City, and you want to talk to us, this is what we do all the time. We always make sure that we want to get people to, if you want to talk to us live, please feel free to do that. You can talk to us right now. All you have to do is let your fingers do the walking right now. Let the fingers do the walking. And then, whatever you want to talk about, we talk about. Now, if you want to join in the conversation, I'm going to first do, like I always do, is to make sure that you give us your weather forecast. You have to put in weather forecasts, right? Because we like to compare notes. Now, if you're in the vicinity of New York City, don't worry about it because you can pull it. I will take care of that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take care of that right now. I'm going to take care of that right now. And what we have right now in our city, we've got one, sure, that's right. Last time I looked at, we had 71 degrees out there. So let's see what we have right now. And we're going to read off what forecast for you. We've got 71 degrees still. It's still 71 degrees outside right now. So this is what we have today. It's going to be a chance of morning showers. It's going to be mostly cloudy early, warm sunshine in the afternoon. That's not bad. You got a really good start. Wants to be west at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And for tonight, Friday, you're going out in the town, clear skies, no umbrella, no worry about it. About the low around 63 degrees, winds will be west northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Let's see, we've got Saturday. Looks like it's going to be good. It's going to be sunny skies along with a few afternoon clouds, no rain forecast. Well, behind the breeze, which will be west, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday night, clear skies, low 60 winds will be west northwest and 5 to 2 miles per hour. Throughout the weekend, get back to the grind for Monday and Sunday, the day of rest. It's going to be sunshine, high about 87 degrees. Winds will be west at 5 to 10 about. Given that current temperature of 71 degrees here out of Sydney. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as you already know, we at this time, all the time, we get together. And it's time for to get together with Brian. We're going to with him right now. And he's going to be with us right now. He's been raised development in Sperrysville, Sports out of Charlotte, North Carolina. There he is, Brian Camp, and he's got a better background than I do. He's got looks like patches of blue skies.
Yeah, it is nice out here. It is 74 degrees, going up to 90 today. It's going to be sunny all day. It's beautiful weather out here this time of the year. You could tell when school's about to start, when the temperature goes down a couple of notches, just like anywhere around the nation. And where they call it the dog days of August, where the weather just comes down a little bit. Like June and July are really the hot months, especially July. So yeah, the skies are blue, as you can see behind me. Some clouds, but it's just beautiful. It's just a beautiful sight. And I want to talk about that the fair, the New York City Transit Fair. They are going up. Now, by me used to working for the system, I tell you one thing, compared to other cities, New York City, to me, is the top one or two. Some people may think it's Chicago, is the top transit system in the world. They run 24 hours a day. Here in North Carolina and other cities, they don't run. After a certain time, 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, there's no trains, there's no buses. So I understand how you all feel about the fair. That's an unfortunate thing, but a lot of that is contribute. And I know firsthand, because I worked there for 29 years, if you don't pay your fare, you're going to have to expect a hike in your fare, okay? Just pay your fare. A lot of people don't want to pay their fare. You don't pay your fare, you want to go through the back door, you want to jump the turnstile, you will get caught, you'll get a summons, you're going to get a ticket, and guess what? It's going to be on your record. Get on there, I don't care how old you are. Pay your fare on the bus, go through the turnstile, pay it. I understand you don't like the system or how the trains are running, the buses are running. Pay your fare. This lady.
Okay, I think you're freezing up a little bit. I think you're freezing up a little bit. Let me see if we can get him back. He's freezing up a little bit. Brian, if you can hear me, you dropped out and you're freezing up. So maybe you want to click out and come back. If you want to do that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, while he's getting that together, ladies and gentlemen, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan, and we're going to be with you for the entire hour. And until Brian comes back, and waiting for him to build up and come back and get that dose of steam in, which usually happens from time to time. You know, sometimes Wi-Fi has the tendency to, I don't know, top out sometimes, but we wait for him to come back. Okay, if you're just joining us, again, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And we're going to come back to sports and see if he can get it back. I hope he comes back in it then. If he doesn't, we'll find him. We'll find him. Exactly. Because I know for sure he can't do it by telephone, not in the studio. So he can't do it by telephone. And I believe he's there right now, so I'm going to bump him on. And let's see. Here he is. Here he is. Okay. All right. All right. See if he pops on. Let's see if he pops on. Okay. You're right. I'll twiddle my thumbs. I'll sing a song. I'll do whatever I have to. And there he is. Okay.
Okay.
Now his background changed.
Yeah, what happened was, but the reason why my background changed, I was outside. So my tablet, if it stays outside, that's how hot it is out here in North Carolina. Once the heat touches your tablet, it shuts down saying that it's too hot. So it shut down. So I had to go indoors. I always have a backup. So while my tablet is cooling off, I have my phone. Back to what I was saying. As I used to work for the New York City transit system, you got to understand, you don't pay your fare, whether it's on a bus or train, you expect a fare hike. And this is what's happening. And people don't realize that. So people don't want to pay their fare. So this is why the fare is going up to what it is now. Simple as that. So, but again, a lot of cities in the United States don't have 24-hour service. New York City is blessed to have that kind of service, okay? You may not like what goes on how the schedules are. It is what it is. Yeah, I'll tell you a quick story. We had a snowstorm, and this lady was getting indignant with me. She got the nerve to come on the bus and ask me, what took you so long? I've been waiting here for an hour and 2 hours. I just looked up in the sky, and I said to her, you see that white stuff that's coming down? Yes, I see it. I said to her, I got in her face and said, it's called a snowstorm. We practice safety before anything else. She backed off, and I shut her down. This is what goes on in the behind the scenes of the New York City transit system. So all you New Yorkers out there, understand they are doing the best as they can. Am I being a little biased? Absolutely, because I work for the system, so I know what it is. Anyway, good morning to you all out here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and throughout the world, globally and nationally. It is, again, 74 degrees. Well, my tablet says it's like 100 and some odd degrees. That's why it shut off. And it's going to be going up to 90. Since we're a little bit behind to get right to sports, in Major League Baseball, Hall of Famer, New York Yankees shortstop Derek Jeter will, for the first time since his retirement, will attend Old Timers Day. Yes, September 9th. He'll be part of the 25th anniversary of the 1998 World Series championship team that will include fellow Hall of Famer Mariano Rivera and manager Joe Torre. Also along will be also Andy Pettit, Jorge Posada, Tino Martinez, and Paul O'Neill. So if you go try to tune in, or if you're in the area, try to get tickets to see this. It's going to be a great time. Old Timers Day is always one of the great events in baseball, not only in New York, but you see your old-time favorite stars there. And Derek Jeter's #2 uniform is retired. In the NBA, Doris Burke will become the first woman to serve as the game analyst on television for a championship final in one of the 4 major professional sports in North America. ESPN announced that Burke and Doc Rivers, former coach, will join Mike Green, who's the play-by-play man, on ESPN and ABC top NBA broadcaster crew. Doris Burke has called the finals on ESPN radio since 2020 and has been an analyst on ESPN NBA games since 2017. So she paid her dues. A lot of people don't like the move. I personally will miss Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy. These guys are very good guys. They make it very entertaining. NFL, the Dallas Cowboys. They may not be #1 in playing football or won a Super Bowl, but they still the #1 most valuable sports franchise in all of sports. #1. The Cowboys tops the scale at $9.2 billion. That's $1.5 billion ahead of the Golden State Warriors of the NBA at 7.56. And here's a small note for some of you Yankee fans. The Yankees are third at $7.13 billion. So the Yankees are still, in fact, they're the number one franchise in all of Major League Baseball. This day in sports, on this day, Branch Rickey resigned as Pirates CEO to be the president of the Continental League. Branch Rickey, as you know, was the one that signed Jackie Robinson, who broke the color barrier to end baseball segregation back in 1947. So he took this job in 1959. 1965, Hank Aaron loses a home run because he hit it out of the batter's box. I don't know how that's possible. They have no video footage. I'm going to try to look it up again to see if they have it. 1973, speaking of Hank Aaron records 1,378 extra base hit to surpass Stan the Man Musial. That means extra base hits means a double, a triple, or a home run. 1977, Dodgers pitcher Don Sutton throws his nationally record-tying fifth one-hitter, not no-hitter, but a one-hitter. His fifth ties a record. 1982, Pete Rose sets a record with his 13,941st plate appearance. It means he actually stepped up to the batter's box 13,941 times. Amazing. Birthdays today. Happy birthday to the greatest Latin baseball player of all time, Hall of Famer, the great Roberto Clemente, born in Carolina, Puerto Rico. 1951, great poet. NFL running back was born in Houston, Texas. And in 1974, Kenny, the Skywalker Walker, NBA forward, was born in Roberta, Georgia. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports on a hot. It's going to get more hotter in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Well, it may be hot where you are. The weather cooled down. That doesn't say that we're not going to get any more warm weather. I'm just saying, particular point at this moment in time, got cool weather. I don't know how it's going to last, but I'm savoring the moment for summer, because I know when winter comes back, and I don't even know whether or not that winter is going to be all of that cold, because we got away with murder last year. You know that?
Yeah.
Yes. So we got away with murder with the winter weather. So maybe we'll get away with murder, because I think it's the global warming or whatever it is, the climate change. Not sure what it is.
Well, you can also get Indian summer coming up too. That's usually around October.
They don't call, I don't know if they call that anymore. I think we got that because it's hard to tell whether or not that the weather's going to be warm. It's because the weather isn't just not like it used to be.
I tell you, the experts is blaming for the fires that's happened in Hawaii through global warming. I don't know how that's true, but I did see on the news that how that fire started out in Hawaii was that a lamp had a street light fell on the ground and it just ignited. And that's how the whole thing, that's what they say. They don't have no facts, but many lives are lost, and feel bad for the people out in Hawaii.
So keep our prayers open for them, because a lot of them have lost their homes. And I mean, I've seen images on TV when this historical church that's been there for a couple of 100 years is burned down. A beautiful church, and then when it burned down, it was nothing but a skeleton.
Yeah.
And it's just sad. But again, it goes back to this inclement, this outrageous weather, outrageous heat that affects all of this.
Yeah.
Anyway, you've got a weekend coming up. We all have a weekend coming up. You just got back from vacation. And, for the benefit of the coffee hour watchers, how was your vacation?
Vacation was fine. The cruise was fine. We enjoyed ourselves. I got even a darker tan than what I have now, which is okay. They said black don't crack. It was beautiful. The ship was great. My wife won 2 cruises. on a slots machine. I didn't win anything much on playing blackjack, but it was nice. The visiting the different islands was great. Plenty of music, plenty of in the pool. I'm not a water person. I like to go on the beach or the pool, but I did it because my granddaughter forced me to, and it was great. I just had a ball. Anytime you can get away, take advantage of it, even if it's for a day or two. We did a week and we enjoyed it.
That's good. I'm pretty sure that many more to come too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Brian, we're gonna catch back here next week, though.
Yes.
First off, we'll catch you on, talking about Bibles. Catch you back here. This weekend.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, you have yourself a great week.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that was Brian Kent, ladies and gentlemen, with latest developments in today's world of sports and sports update. Of course, he's here each week at this time, and he brings you that the sports update. If you have any questions about sport that you want to relate to him, still not too late. Do that. Because if you're a sports person like I am, and you don't know too much about it, he's an expert. He'll tell you more about it. And if that's what you want to do, then of course you have a chance to relate those questions to him, and we do that. If you're just joining us, the show is called The Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan. Thank you for being with us. We're going to be here for the entire hour, the rest of the hour. And of course, we always have a lot of things he's talking about. And those of you, ladies and gentlemen, who want to participate in these deuces, you fall in, you let your fingers to the walking right here. Because, when you see you out here, a lot of people, they don't want to get involved in the show in that way. But we understand that because a lot of people, these routes, that's because listeners or viewers, and then they just probably just want to sit down and watch the show. Trying to watch you. I'll watch right in big screen and then get a chance to talk to you, listen to you, talk about these exchanging ideas are great. And that's what we do, I do about talking about. Now, those of you who normally watch talking and just wants to be doing it's back, it's not the whole different broadcasting line. Grand Century, all of the Grand Century, snake diving, concourse. We're out here broadcasting. We haven't done this in a long time, broadcasting live, personally. We haven't done that yet. So we probably do that. And it is, now, it's not necessarily that we probably won't in other places, maybe thousands of other places, we have to figure out. Time being, Grand Central is like that. It's an obvious place to be. It's a great place to be. There's a lot of people that feed mind watching all the rest of it. Ladies and gentlemen, please be aware that we're looking at the cities, maybe about a block away. You can jump by and say hello. I'm glad to talk to you too as well. And we can be forward. Here it's coming up, ladies and gentlemen. It's almost that time. We wanted to talk about. Here's, ladies and gentlemen, say for instance, want to get the touch of you. Questions of touch of you. I email you or call me. A lot of people always ask, about, talk to me now. Because I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to address you personally. I'm going to do that. But if you're so inclined, we want to get in touch with you out all of the fanfare. You can that too. So all you have to do is email. We need the email address first. Email address first is Allan. That's Allan spelled Allan. That's very important. That's what you do. I am, something like that. It's Frank Allan Pod. You're all about to me. It's Frank Allan Pod at AOL.com. Pod's keep up and do the short productions. Frank Allan Pod at AOL.com. Actually, got the telephone number. 691 691. Let's see. We should have that. Sometimes I that. 641-715-3900. 641-715-3900. But the extension is 487, extension is 48, see. Usually I have to post it, I should bring it up, sometimes I forget about it. But, it's 641-715-3900, extension 471, it's 467. Email me 20 hours a day with 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year. Leave a call, leave a message, and if you need anyone to get back to you, happy to do that. Again, the address, email address is frankallenprod@aol.com. It's frankallenprod@aol.com. Telephone number is 641-715-900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900/467. 467. Okay. You may not know this is part of entertainment. If I like to talk about entertainment a lot, I can talk about it for days and days and days. But let me even care. And for those of you who are part of the radio history, this Sunday, I don't know how hard you're going to celebrate. I'm not going to say, bring out the martinis or something like that and celebrate because we are under the influence of not the martinis, but National Radio Day. This is Sunday, National Radio Day. That's only something to talk about. Radio, back in the days, everybody enjoyed it. Radio was what they say, theater of the mind. Back in the early days, theater of the mind. And this was long before TV. And they had some of their shows. You have to use your imagination. Let's say they had a comedy show or drama show. You hear it, you couldn't see it. So you have to use your imagination. And that's why they call them theater of the mind. So radio was the first thing, just like TV. When the TV came in, they thought radio was going to phase out, but it stuck with us, and people are still using it. Radio for men, and I watched it for being radio disc jockeys. So I've watched radio jump from analog to digital, and this is really our thing. Today, the young kids are not listening to radio. They don't even know what a radio is. It's not one of those things where they can walk up to the desk, the counter and click on the radio, or you walk over to your father's desk in his study and click on the radio. Kids are not watching radio. Everything is coming from the phones. And whatever radios they're listening to, it's coming from the internet. So there's internet radio. You have internet radio, and of course you have a satellite radio. That's what's available today. And what is doing terrestrial radio? What's the commercial radio? We had that. And as I said, I watched it from standpoint of analog to digital. Analog, back in the days when we were, let's say, for instance, we were doing some editing. We did all our editing with a razor blade, a splicing block, and the splicing tape, right? And we used to cut it up. And I still have my war rooms here to prove it that I was part of that generation. And then radio, of course, made that transition. And now it's digital. So everything is digital. Editing is still going on, but editing is faster now. You don't touch yourself. You don't have to clean any heads on the tape recorders. They don't have tape recorders. I mean, some stations still work with tape recorders, but everything is digital. And so they made that transition. But again, people are not really watching radio, listening to radio anymore. They're just sitting back, just watching it. They put their earbuds on. Right? A lot of people do that. I'm kind of working to that too. Earbuds in. But as a fan of radio, I still have my radio still. As a fan of radio, I still have, and they still work. I don't know if radio and actually radio is ever going to be obsolete. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's going to happen. as of now, we still have our radios. Sometimes radio gets so advanced. Like remember back in the day, that shortwave radio, long-wave radio, right? And if you wanted to watch some of those or listen to some of those programs, I think it's not different part of the country. A lot of people did. I did because I used to listen to the Voice of America. And came out of Washington, D.C. and it's coming in shortwave. And so those radios back then, those have bands. So they have AM, FM band, shortwave band, long-wave band. You can get programs all around the world. I no longer, I would think now they no longer use shortwave radio. Although I had someone tell me he still have the shortwave radio and he still picks up programs. But, you know, technically, you really don't need shortwave radio. You really don't need it because shortwave radio is interacting into today's radio. It's online, it's online. Whatever program we were listening to back in the day, it still exists. It's not on the shortwave band anymore, and you have to go to their website. I said for us at the Voice of America, VOA in Washington. Those programs I used to listen to back in the 60s. My favorite show is called Breakfast Show. And Breakfast Show is one of those shows where you mix music, entertainment, and information and all kinds of things. So it all changed. It all changed. We are celebrating the National Radio Day. That's coming up. And those of you who are in radio, you know, everybody in radio, or me, I'm in radio, see how they're celebrating. But I'm going to pay my homage to radio. That's where I grew up. You know, all my adult life, radio. And so there you go. Radio, Voice of America. I really enjoy the show. Just in case you just joining in and just stopping by me, the show is called Talk Back Live, which is on Thursdays. So we're here the coffee hour. We're going to be with you for the rest of the hour. And those of you who are watching us on Facebook, whatever the time that you have whatever time you have right now, is still forward, or as they would say, tag your friends this show, this very show. We got a little bit of time in the show. You can tag your friends right now if you let them know that you want to be there. And, you know, you tag your friends and see what's coming from you, and they'll do it. So they see that notification, contact notification, and it brings them directly to us. So they can talk to me, they can talk to you, they can talk to others. And so that's the good thing about it. We talk to others. So please, you know, take that little time right now to tag what's left of the hour to your friends, and they like what they hear, like they see, they do it like you will come full-fledged members. And those of you who are watching us on YouTube, keep in mind that always go on to the YouTube channel, right? To my YouTube channel, go and subscribe. Purpose of being subscribed to my YouTube channel is that it will be a full-fledged meeting. And not only that, it will give you an opportunity to know that we broadcast live. We say we just basically did it. You will be there to get it because the information will come up. That notification will come up to remind you, because a lot of people, you know, usually they watch the show and they're rather you're online, and if you're on live and you're a subscriber to our YouTube channel, you know, you'll get a chance to see it pop right up there. You have to click on to it, brings you right with them. So do that right now. Do that as we speak right now. See that subscribe button. Take your little mouse, hit the arrow, click on to it, you'll say subscribe. Click onto it, and then that's what you have to take now. Don't forget, you don't have to pay any money. There's no money involved, no nothing like that. You don't have to have any particular numbers and nothing involved like that. So do that, right? And for those of you who are watching us on Instagram, I see all my friends on Instagram and surprising you guys out there. Just keep following us. All you have to do is just keep following us because you do know, you can tell your friends about us, let them know that we're out here, let them know that you're with them, and give them a chance to look on too. See, right here on the coffee. Those of you who the coffee out, you watch us in coffee out, you check us out on our show before we talk about straight on. I'll be telling you about later on that's the okay, those of you gonna want to get involved in the movement. Now, gotta tell you, a lot of you guys gotta be doing things on the some out there you sit back and relax. You may be in a family where the weather may be coming, or maybe too hot to go outside, and that would be a good thing. Kept across the movies. So each week, I have my picks of the week. What movies we watch? I bring you movies for that. What I do is I come here and I do that all hours. I get my picks of the week. And then I give them to you. So let's do that right now. Let me tell you what we got. As far as our movies are concerned, for this, our movies in this weekend, one, two, last weekend. There's one called My Man Brothers. It's a classic. It's one classic. It's comedy. Like it goes back to 1936, starring William Powell, Cal Leonard, and Santorum Classic Movies, and you could check it out Friday at 11 on 2 a.m. Eastern. So that's in the morning on Friday morning. As a matter of fact, it's coming up not too far away. See, Friday morning, 11:15. Maybe I don't have that time. It's what it says. I may be wrong. Be wrong. Or if that would be the case, that would be the case. It's simple. That's what I have. Anyway, Aliens Reign from 1968, starring Fred Astaire, 2 o'clock, and Tommy Steele. So turn the classic movies. Check that out Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. Now, if you're not up early enough to watch things, to still watch them, to not miss them on the movies, even harder. It's the good thing about technology today. You have to DVR them, watch them later, everything on TV. Now, whilst on Too Fast News and you look at the program, keep in mind that there may be other movies that out there that I didn't mention, only because of the fact that these are only my picks, not because I don't like them, there may be others. These only my picks. All of these movies we do at times, usually that I only do. We always make sure that you watch these movies, they don't overlap each other, so you watch that movie at the same time. Okay? And while you're there, on demand, movie on demand, spot breaking news, movie on demand, it's right there. And all you do is go there and do this thing. Or it's movies from BBC, it's a long list of them. And sometimes they keep them, you see when they are spying. And when they're spying, that means they take them down and make room for more movies, but they usually recycle them and mix them once and usually come back again and again. But you can go there and check out all of those movies on demand. And of course, movies on demand also have pay-per-view movies, those movies and movies that are in the movies right now. You still want to go to the movies and watch them, you can watch them in very own interest, it costs a little more. And then of course they have pay-per-view movies that are very too far gone. And so you can watch those movies too. Also, you have right? If you use the sporting events, I like wrestling, find me some wrestling match. What I have to do is go back, cut on, go back and check out that the network and check out that movie and that sports event that I missed. And in some cases you can do it without commercial breaks. I can't swear to that all the time. I've seen it sometimes. Sometimes it commercial breaks to me, sometimes they don't and see them out commercial breaks. Right? And then there are other times too. Okay? When you go on there, you can also check out some of the children documentaries, children programs. All of that is there. All that is good. All you got to do is be proactive and go look. It's right there for you. Help your favorite subscribe, and it's more right there. So what I want to do is give you those movies again. Give you those movies again, and let you know if it's happening with that. Again, it's my man Godfrey. Let me check on that. 1939, $1 Power Lumbar. It's Friday. It's 11:15. That should be happening when we get off the air. Because everything is East all the time that I give you is Eastern time. And when it's Indian Rainbow, musical, 1968 French Square, the two the hot, fully on to the two hot, and Tommy Steve. Sometime last week was Saturday that night on the air, Eastern. Together, that early at night. We can also go there and this be the honor, you love Steve. Okay, I have birthdays. Birthdays, I'm get chance to do that. I mean, I'm all over the place. So it's you got birthdays, you got sports, you entertainment we talked to you about radio and all of that. Okay, so I have some birthdays about the YouTube. Let's go back in time. Actor Edward Norton. Actor Edward Norton, 54. That's not the same Edward Norton. This is a guy. Right? Got Edward Norton on the honeymoon. This is real news on fun. The actor Edward Norton celebrates his birthday today. He's 54. Also 54. Christian Slater, he has a birthday today. Actor Patrick Swayze, great Patrick Swayze, would have been 71 years old today. R&B singer, late Sarah Dash from the Bell, and the Bell and Bluebell, she would have been 78. R&B singer, Barbara Harris of the Toys, 78 years old today. The comedian Martin Mull is 80 years old today. Actress singer, the late Molly B, which appeared on the TV show back in the 50s and also the 50s. Which is 18 years old. She's also on the singer Johnny Preston. That kid he had called Barney Miller. He would have been 34 years old too. Actor Robert Redford is 87 today. Actress Gail Fisher, who played Penny on Netflix. He would have been 88 here today. Then movie director Roman Polanski, he's still around. He's 90 years old today. And singer Sonny Chill of the Orioles, like Sonny Chill of the Orioles. He would have been 95, I think. Roslyn Cat, his ball was up, my producer kind of speakers, that's like, I get the idea. Roslyn Carter. See Roslyn Carter. It's 96, 86. Next, let's see, actress Shelley Winters. One of them 102 years old. Max Factor Cosmetic guy. Other than 119 years old. Elvis' birthday was today. Happy birthday to Paul. And we have been with us. Happy birthday to Paul. We celebrate the birthday today. Happy birthday to Paul. What that you have, that's the purpose, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's kind of wrap things up for me today. I had a good time, and of course, for this joining us, we got to say bye, but we had a good time broadcasting live from Grand Central, the lower level Grand Central Station in the Diamond Concourse. And hopefully, we want to do this often, at least in this a long time, at least to broadcast live on location. And I like the idea of doing this. We'll be back here next week if you want to meeting. If not, we'll be in the studio doing that. But nevertheless, we're here inviting you to talk about. Be back here next week. for Talk at 5. Talk at 5 was Thursday, we got Eastern Line. Let's come on into sports. But then again, next week, might be on Talk About. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being there. Does me really appreciate it. You should have more with us. And until next time, you guys doing, I'm so great day, great weekend, and I will see you all at the soon.
You've been watching the Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on the Coffee Hour.